Chapter 5, Who is he? Xing Feng took a few steps back involuntarily. The scene before him completely shattered his understanding of the world. Who was Wang Chongsheng? He was the highest-ranking officer in the Central Region War Department of Daxia. But why was he showing such reverence toward this man? Even someone as important as Wang Chongsheng had personally come to this small city of Qianjiang. At that moment, an instinctive feeling hit Xing Feng. Something big was about to happen here in Qianjiang City. Cold sweat started dripping down Xing Feng's back. The next moment, he turned and shouted at his subordinates, "Stand down! Stand down! Lower your weapons and wait for Officer Wang's orders." At that moment, neither Wang Chongsheng nor Xiao Lingfeng paid any attention to them. Wang Chongsheng's tears flowed uncontrollably. He could never forget those days on the western battlefield, when Xiao Lingfeng and his brothers from the Temple of the Gods had saved him time and time again, fighting alongside him. Those scenes were etched into his memory forever, Xiao Lingfeng leading the brothers from the temple, helping Daxia's soldiers fight the enemy, even when gravely injured, all for one reason, Xiao Lingfeng's words, the iron rule of the temple: whoever offends the Dragon Kingdom, no matter how far, shall be punished. Even after Xiao Lingfeng left the temple, Wang Chongsheng continued hearing about the temple's warriors eliminating threats to the Dragon Kingdom across distant lands. In every sense, Xiao Lingfeng was the man Wang Chongsheng admired most in his entire life. Though Xiao Lingfeng wasn't officially enlisted as a war hero in Daxia, he was nonetheless the guardian of Daxia in the shadows. Though he wasn't part of the military, his Temple of the Gods had contributed far too much for Daxia over the years. His contributions were immeasurable. Yet, despite all this, his own daughter had been treated so cruelly. Wang Chongsheng was now filled with rage, wishing he could tear those scumbags apart with his own hands. Just then, Tianyi walked out, glaring coldly at Wang Chongsheng. "Wang Chongsheng, you brought the Celestial Guard with you? Do you think you're worthy of that after all the times the temple's master saved you? Have you gone blind? If you dare to make a move today, I'll rip you apart myself. Go ahead and try me." Wang Chongsheng, tears still streaming down his face, looked at Tianyi and bitterly replied, "Brother Tianyi, I apologize. Please believe me when I say, these men are not under my command." Tianyi paused upon hearing this. Xiao Lingfeng gave Wang Chongsheng a deep look and said, "Tian 34, you've done well. I have other matters to attend to. You and Tianyi should stay here." With that, Xiao Lingfeng turned and walked out. As he passed Wang Chongsheng, he gave him a firm pat on the shoulder. At that moment, the iron-willed Wang Chongsheng broke down once again, tears streaming down his face. Xiao Lingfeng had called him Tian 34, his old code name in the temple. By calling him that instead of his name, Xiao Lingfeng showed that he still regarded him as a brother. "Yes, master," Wang Chongsheng shouted, tears flowing freely. When Xiao Lingfeng walked past Xing Feng, the man could barely stand still. He had never heard of the Temple of the Gods, but seeing someone who could make Wang Chongsheng kneel, it was enough to tell him everything he needed to know. As Xiao Lingfeng approached, Xing Feng felt a pressure unlike anything he had ever experienced before. It was as if a supreme ruler was walking toward him, a force that could not be described with words. It wasn't until Xiao Lingfeng had walked far away that Xing Feng felt his legs give way, his entire body drenched in cold sweat. Tianyi finally let out a breath, walking over to Wang Chongsheng and giving him an approving nod. "Chongsheng, good job. This is your territory. Handle the Celestial Guard outside. We won't clash with them. Fortunately, the young lady is mostly unharmed, but she's still unconscious. Make sure they don't disturb her rest." Wang Chongsheng nodded firmly. "Leave it to me. I'll get to the bottom of this." With that, Wang Chongsheng walked over to Xing Feng, his face icy. "Get your men out of here. Move them down the mountain and ensure the area's safety, but don't interfere. Also, call your superior, Ho Zonghua. Tell him to meet me here. If he's not here in 10 minutes, he'll face the consequences. Xing Feng shuddered. He knew that tonight's incident was about to blow up. Forget the mysterious Xiao Lingfeng, Wang Chongsheng alone could turn this small city of Qianjiang upside down. Without hesitation, Xing Feng pulled out his phone and called Ho Zonghua. Before he could say anything, Ho Zonghua's panicked voice came through the line, Xing Feng, what the hell are you doing not answering my calls? You didn't engage with the people inside the villa, did you? Don't do anything stupid. I'm on my way. Pull your men out, now. Hearing the urgency in Ho Zonghua's voice, Xing Feng's sense of foreboding grew stronger. He quickly replied, no, Director Ho, I haven't touched them. I'll pull everyone back right now. Just moments after Xing Feng hung up, a high-ranking Celestial Guard vehicle roared onto the scene. Ho Zonghua, with his white hair and pale face, rushed out of the car, visibly terrified. He was truly afraid now. Xing Feng might not know what the Temple of the Gods was, but as the highest security officer in the region, Ho Zonghua did. Just a few days ago, he had heard that the Temple of the Gods had wiped out the Black Sky Organization, a group hostile to the Dragon Kingdom. He had been thrilled. But tonight, he received news that 3,000 warriors from the temple were rushing to Qianjiang. Terrified, he immediately investigated the situation and rushed to the villa. Upon seeing Wang Chongsheng, Ho Zonghua froze. His heart pounded with fear. Something big was definitely happening, or else the Central Region's top commander wouldn't be here. Trembling, Ho Zonghua approached Wang Chongsheng and nervously asked, Officer Wang, I know something's gone terribly wrong. The temple's warriors are gathering outside. Can you tell me, who exactly is inside the villa? Ho Zonghua swallowed hard, wiping the cold sweat from his face. The idea of thousands of elite warriors from the temple gathering here terrified him. If a conflict erupted, the entire city of Qianjiang could be reduced to rubble. Wang Chongsheng sneered, his face filled with fury. This is all you're doing? How the hell do you manage your security, Ho Zonghua? I don't want to hear any excuses. Just make sure your people don't mess things up for the next few days. Ho Zonghua's face turned even paler, his voice shaking as he asked, Officer Wang, please, what exactly happened? Wang Chongsheng glanced back toward the villa. What happened? Your people in Qianjiang thought they were tough, didn't they? Locking a 4-year-old girl in a pigsty and abusing her? If I weren't restrained right now, I'd have skinned you alive. Ho Zonghua's heart skipped a beat. Even someone as dense as him could tell that the girl in the villa wasn't just any ordinary child. Stammering, he asked, Officer Wang, who is the girl? Wang Chongsheng's cold laugh echoed in the air. He looked at Ho Zonghua as if he were already a dead man. You want to know who she is? Fine, I'll tell you. She's the daughter of the temple's master. The temple's young mistress. Even if the temple's warriors didn't come, I wouldn't let you off. Ho Zonghua felt his world collapse. Upon hearing that the abused girl was the daughter of the temple's master, his mind went blank, and he collapsed to the ground, his only thought, it's over. The sky has fallen on Qianjiang City.